Hello everyone, welcome to the first edition of Victor's Basement. Today I'm going to discuss PID adjustment for the printing platform on this Monoprice mini select printer. So this is a great printer for the beginner. This is a good entry level to get starting into the 3D printing projects. One thing I noticed about this printer out of the box is that this printer has less than desirable way to getting into the heating up, especially on the platform. The extruder is fine, but the platform takes sometimes to reach the temperature, so your printing would take some time to start it if you specify the printing temperature. Now what I'm going to do is that I would suggest that for you that is going to go through this process to use the SD card, the microSD, for this process, and I will explain a little bit why. So first thing first, let me show you how the code how we're going to go about it. So I have written the code. I've written a code for this process, and the code is simple, very simple. The code stays like this: M303 E-1 S75 C10. Now, what does that mean? E-1 is the your platform, that's specifying that we are going to work on the platform. M303 to start the process of PID process, and S75 is a temperature that we are looking for to reach. We want the printer to reach, and C10 is 10 cycle. We want it to go through a 10 cycle for the printer. It will what happen is that it will send the current into the platform, then trying to reach 75 degrees. Then after that, it will let it go. It will turn off the current and then turn back on again until it's reached 75 degrees. Then every time it's doing that, it's recording P and ID number, and M500 in this case, it will save that into the firmware. Okay, and I have already saved this one. Now I'm going to save it into my microSD. In this case, I have it here. I'm calling it PID Tune Platform.g code. Okay, so I'm going to hit save. And I'm going to take this out of my computer and I am going to insert it into my printer. So the other thing about this process is that keep in mind, you want to start this process from hard start, a cold start. What I mean is that you can touch the bed, it's cold. The extruder is also cold now, and the reason we doing this, let me explain that. Today I've been trying to do this using the simple Printerface program. This is for those of you that doesn't know what Printerface is. Printerface is a 3D printer controller that's widely available online. It's free. It's available online for free, and it is very versatile and easy to use. And the other thing that I like about Printerface is that you can also enter the code here to do the adjustment. Custom G code can be entered manually through here. But I've been trying that today for an entire day, and I have not been able to do that. Now, but I found out that if I using the SD card to do the process, it it will I'm successfully to do so. Now for the insert my SD card. Now I'm going to show you. I'm going to the print. Now, by the way, you might want to have the printer face open in this case. It's the reason why the printer face open. It's that the I can monitor. It's just for monitoring the temperature. Because once this process started, and I will show you, is that it will not show the temperature. Instead, it's immediately say finish, which is very interesting, right? And you would think that this is done. And if you go down to go home, it's like nothing happened. Then you go to monitor, nothing happened. The platform's still at 8 degrees and extra at 12. Oh, by the way, we are working in my basement right now, so my basement is a little bit colder. So 8 degrees is understandable to be for the basement temperature. Now, let's go to the printer face. But on the printer face, this is what happened. On the printer face, as you can see that, I'm going to zoom this thing. I'm going to bring this printer closer, this camera closer. As you can see that, see the B, and there is a couple of the number next to B, B39, B40, and 127. What does that mean is that that is the bed temperature. Actually the process is starting. It's not clearly, you cannot see it. Again, you cannot see it from the chart here. There's a chart here. You cannot see it, but it slowly is going up. And the other thing that you will notice, it will not show in that clearly here, but over here it's showing you that it's working. Again, if I'm going back here, it's still, the platform's still at 8 degrees. Now the other thing, you can try it out if you like being brave enough to do this, but I'm not recommending to do this, is that you put your hand onto the top of the platform. Again, 75 degree, right now we are at 57 degree. It's not too hot, but I would not recommend to do so, because again, you're working with the heat, with a machine that producing heat. Then this heat can go pretty high. 75 degree, I will not say it's a high, but again, it's enough to cause some injury. So I would not recommend that. But instead, it just to test it, make sure everything's okay. I'll touch that briefly, say okay, it's warm, we're good. Now going back to my front face, as you can see, my printer, my platform is reaching 63 degree, 62, 64. Now soon enough it will reach 75 degrees. And how do we know is this working? Momentarily you will see that once it hits 75 degrees, it will cycle it. So again, it takes some time to do this. This is not a fast process to do, because it requires some patience. I've been doing this for the entire day, and one thing I noticed about this is that it'll take some time to reach 75 degrees. Now we are at 70 range, which is very good. Again, as I mentioned early on the code you can see that I'm running it. I have a 10 cycles. So so what happened is that the printer will try to hit it 70 degrees. There we go. And the cycle 1 done. That means it's hit the 75 degrees for the first time, and it's called cycle 1 done. Now it will shut the at 0. That means the currents, it turn off the current. Now you can see that the D numbers and and the temperature. It gives you the range which temperature that the printer's been hitting. 71 and 71, 75, 70 and 75 again. Again, we are on the cycle number 3. The PID number is start appearing on the screen, and there is some overshoot. It is expected for this is because the printer itself is the way the current sent into the printer, it could be too much, so the printer is trying to make adjustment to it. That's why we do this. This is why we're trying to do this PID process setting. So we are cycle number 7. Cycle number 8. I believe at number over here, at number 127, at number 75, that I think that's amount of current that coming through into the printer, coming through the platform. I mean, not the printer, the platform printer. So we are on the last cycle now. As you can see that when it's done, you can see PID auto tune finish, PID update using M500 to save in EEPROM, echo settings store, and OK, and P15B3. So there you go. That's all we have. That's all the process that it takes to do this. Now, if you have any question, please submit it through the comments below, or if you like this video, please subscribe it, and I'll see you next time on the next episodes of Victor's Basement.